Maynard, I started seeing you back in '73 when you were playing at the Holiday Inn in Peabody, Mass. I was in the high school band then. Has the deterioration of high school bands led to the decline in your younger fans?
Well, I tell you what, there was a time when there was a budget problems, and it looked like there was going to be a deterioration, but we don't see that anymore. It's tremendous what's going on in the school systems right now with music education, and one of the things that brought it back even stronger was the parents then had to, but were willing to, become really involved. There are those groups called the band boosters, and I can assure you they account for a lot more than whatever budgeting. I know that it's easier to get funding for new football helmets than it is for a new keyboard, but at the same time we see things increasingly better in music education in the schools. I think that some of the most exciting musical things that have been taken from that band by, I suppose you could include me, but we'd have to talk about Frank Rossellino, we'd have to, so many great, wonderful players came out of the Kenton band. And he was truly very much an innovator, and some people weren't aware that a lot of those compositions were not Stan's. They were him encouraging young, great composers and arrangers and giving them total freedom to write whatever they want. And as long as he believed in their talent, they would get a great shot at getting music performed that no other band would allow them. The privilege of hearing their artistry, their composition performed so that they could actually hear what they had written. So there's many great things I could say about Stan Kenton. I once, for fun, on an album, did I Can't Get Started With You. And I've flown around the world in the plane. I've settled revolutions in Spain, the north, and all that kind of stuff. And then one of the lyrics is, Stan Kenton made me a star. And that was just me also thanking Stan. He was still with us then. And I always loved him. He was a great inspiration to me. It was the band I had thought I was going to first and only play with before having my own band in the United States, and every time he would feature me in the composition of Shorty Rogers called Maynard Ferguson, he would say, here's a guy who had his own band in Canada, and I know in the near future will be having his own band, and I can assure you I didn't write that out for him. That was just the nature of the man. He was a fine man and a great musician.
Stan Kenton was Stan Kenton is in no danger of being written out of history books because the International Association of Jazz Educators was created in the image of the things that he did back in the 60s with his band as a band. He took the entire band into schools and worked with the high schools and colleges and helped musical directors and people who were trying to teach jazz in those days, set the manner in which they were teaching, develop curricula, and do many of the things. And he really established the pattern that this entire international organization is based on. So he's in no danger of being written out of history books, so don't worry about that. The thing about Stan that I loved, he was a good friend, and the thing that I loved about this guy was that he had the same kind of ability as a talent scholar that Maynard and many of the other people who come out of his band. You can't work around a person like that and not have that rub off on you. because the same kind of encouragement that he gave to Maynard is given to other people. Same kind that he gave to Bill Russo and other guys that came through his band. They are doing that in their own way. And so Bill Holman down in LA. And so many of the people who just wrote for the band, Manny Alma, people like that, everybody came through that. And part of this man's mystique and the kinds of things that were important to him have become important to a large number of people because of that.